Oh, what a chapter. Like Garu said, this is a big one. You will not believe who survived Saitama's punch. And he is back in action like nothing happened. Ladies and gentlemen, Orochi is back. The Monster Association leader, the strongest being ever existed, Saitama aside. One Punch Man chapter 127.2 review. Let's get right into it. Okay, but before that, the first person who drew my attention to Orochi's coming back is Sponge Man LOL1. Thanks for that, you know, give credit where credit is due. So, with that being said, let's get right into the video. One Punch Man chapter 127 opens up with Psychos screaming as she destroys everything in her vicinity. Her hair is crazy, she's always crazy like this. You can see the difference in power is too great between the users of telekinetics, the S-Class Tatsumaki and Psychos, the Monster Association leader. It's just too great, even throughout the entire chapter. So Tatsumaki is flicking her finger, forcing Psychos into the surface. Psychos is crazy, she is so angry at Tatsumaki. She calls her a midget. Tatsumaki manages then to bind her in her telekinetic circle. She tells her this is a piece of cake. I'm just fishing humans who has nowhere to run. As Tatsumaki tries to drag her into the surface, Psychos successfully unbinds herself as she launches a counterattack against Tatsumaki. Psychos tries to bind Tatsumaki as she launches herself right towards her. She bursts out of the underground, choking Flashy Flash in the process. Flashy Flash wonders, is that a human? Saitama does not seem to be impressed at all. I mean, you know Saitama. He is just watching the entire situation indifferently. As Psychos clashes forces with Tatsumaki, the friction between their telekinetic spheres create a very powerful energy ball that shines throughout the entire Monster Association base. Psychos is getting so mad, and like there is no clear indication in the chapter why she is so mad at Tatsumaki. Maybe because Tatsumaki is better than her in all aspects concerning the use of telekinetics abilities, or maybe she is just like a short-tempered woman, alright? Psychos screams, Tatsumaki, this is the day you lose. It is your fault for pushing me this far. Tatsumaki replies in a very chill, relaxed manner as she fixes her hair, telling her, is that so? The monster have already noticed Tatsumaki and they are screaming, it's an enemy attack. Tatsumaki asks, where is the kid? As she kills all the wolf level monsters that surrounds the area just with one flick of her finger. We do know that Tatsumaki is talking about Teryu, and meanwhile Teryu has just run into King, the strongest man on earth. Teryu is so glad to run into King. I mean, who's better acquaintance aside Saitama you want him to be besides you when you are wandering deep into the Monster Association layer? King screams, stop, it's useless, I know. Like, no what, King? What are you talking about? And then King gives the penning stare to Teryu as he says this, concealing your true form while approaching me for a sneak attack, this is your despicable nature. Like, like what's going on here? And then a monster like slowly, magically appears behind Teryu. The monster is shocked. He tells King, but how? I should be completely transparent. But no one, I mean no one, gets a sneak attack on King. The monster is then terrified and runs away in fear. King then tells Teryu to hold his hand, not because that King, like the strongest man on earth, is afraid of monsters or anything. It's because to assuage Teryu's worries and fears. I mean, he is King after all. You know what I'm saying, guys? As the transparent monster runs away screaming, something very unexpected and exciting on the same time happened. And tentacle-like hands reach out to the screaming monster and tries to absorb the monster. And then the big reveal. Orochi is alive. Alright, Orochi is alive. It seems that Orochi's heart is alive. He just needs more blood so he can regenerate. I mean, this is big, alright? Anyway, so let's carry on with this amazing chapter. Orochi then says, ingest the blood to regenerate my body. Then his tentacle-like hands expand into a wide range and start absorbing all the low-level monsters in the vicinity. This actually reminds me of the dragon level, like above demon, monster even lateral water, when he absorbed the jellyfish to survive. So now Orochi is using a similar method. I mean, we always knew that Orochi has some kind of regenerative abilities. After that, Orochi notices a very powerful presence. He looks up and sees Tatsumaki. He screams, Tatsumaki, give me your blood. I mean, this is insane. Guys, do you remember how powerful Orochi was? How terrifying his presence was, like compared to monsters to heroes? After meeting Saitama, this proves how insanely powerful Saitama is. He is turning into a weak monster, like searching for blood, trying to regenerate and things like that. But that will change soon. Let's carry on. The shot cuts back to the fight between Tatsumaki and Psychos. Psychos shoots telekinetic energy from her eyes, like Superman. It seems like it is some kind of a powerful attack, but Tatsumaki deflects it, like it was was nothing. Tatsumaki easily binds Psychos a second time and orders her to answer her question. Alright, so the next shot is kinda confusing. So King and Teryu get on the elevator, alright, and King pulls the lever, but the elevator does not move. Instead, there is a monster statue that opens up and fills a bucket with water. And then the other elevator on the right seems to be carrying another individual, and that individual says, "I see." And all of this happening while there is some kind of a blob that seems to be getting closer, like to the elevator and to King and Teryu. I'm not really sure what is going on here. I try to explain it with the best of my abilities, but it seems that we have to wait for the next chapter to fully understand what is really going on in this shot. The next panel shows Tatsumaki as she toys with Psychos left and right. Again, the gap in power between Tatsumaki and Psychos is insanely huge. She just keeps flipping Psychos in all directions. Thank you so much, Lord Murata, for these amazing shots. We are eternally grateful. Anyways, Tatsumaki uses her communicator and tries to reach out to the other S-class. She tells them, "Anybody's listening, I got the above intel." Amaemask replies, "Well, Amaemask seems to be doing great after that horrendous incident, but he is actually still in the horrendous incident." Amaemask tells Tatsumaki that regarding the mercenary squad, I was forced to engage them in battle because they were brainwashed by a monster. However, alright guys, we do know for a fact that's a lie. 2S told Amaemask in that chapter that she will even consider unbrainwashing them since she had this huge crush on Amaemask. But handsomely handsome Mask does not care about that. He's a killer, he's a beast, he's a monster, literally and metaphorically. Like, he kills anything that moves. Like, if you are evil, you're dead. Tatsumaki then tells him that it is your fault since you are lacking in abilities. You know guys how Tatsumaki like belittles everybody. Then Amaemask is like, "Can we switch opponents?" Like, imagine that, asking someone to switch his opponent with you in the middle of a deadly battle. It's funny. And then Psychos is wondering, like, are these really heroes? Why there is an internal conflict? And then all of a sudden, multiple energy shots targeting Tatsumaki from different directions. The explosion is insane. Tatsumaki survived, and that thanks to her telekinetic shield. And Psychos is freed from her grip. And then the shot cuts to multiple dragon heads emerging from the ground. It seems that Orochi became the body of the Monster Association, like literally. His body is merging within the walls, the ceiling, the floor, the debris, everything. Orochi is becoming the Monster Association that swallows everything inside. Psychos is extremely happy to see the return of her savior, Orochi. She says, "If we use the tremendous energy contained in your body, we will surely amplify my telekinetic abilities and win against that woman." They are referring to Tatsumaki. Like, this is the final shot of the chapter. There is also another shot showing Saitama and Flashy Flash running away from Orochi's manifestation all over the place. I really enjoyed this chapter, right guys? I really enjoyed. I really had fun reading it. There is a lot of fun stuff. Also, we get to know more about the development with Orochi. I mean, some of us like knew that he had some kind of regenerative abilities and he might be back. Thank you guys so much if you made it this far. If you enjoy One Punch Man theories, give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload a new video or review. I will be seeing you in the next video. Blast Art is out.